Angela Ferguson from Wrexham University's Broadcasting, Journalism and Media Communications programme, and also our BA Honours Journalism programme and our Certificate of Higher Education in Journalism programmes here at Wrexham Uni. Welcome to our Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us. We welcome any questions. We've had some come in so far, which we'll be going through in the session today. If you do want to ask a question, then please do get in touch. We've got a team checking social media via the Glyndor Uni Twitter account, or use hashtag on Facebook, Ask a Lecturer. And please get in touch. We're here to talk through any issues to do with studying journalism, wanting to get a career in journalism. Enough from me. I will hand over to my fellow lecturer, John Simcock, and our students who are from the Egwill student magazine team here today to say a little bit about themselves.
Okay, I'm John Simcock. Thank you, Angela. I'm John Simcock. I work with Angela on the degree programme we run at Wrexham Glyndor, and also on the Cert HE in journalism that we do, which gives our students NCTJ qualifications. That's the National Council for the Training of Journalists. The industry standard qualifications, that means they can go out from Wrexham, find great jobs in newspapers and journalism all over the country, and go and make their mark on the world. That's me.
I'm Cara. I'm on first year broadcasting, journalism and media communications.
I'm Emma. I'm on the same course, and we're just at the end of year one.
I'm Jade. I'm also on the same course. I'm also an editor of the Egwill magazine online.
Brilliant. Right, shall we choose a question, guys? We've got a little range of questions here. Let's see. Well, can I ask you guys what you were doing before you came to Wrexham Glyndor University?
I did a media studies course at college. I did media studies because I didn't know which direction I wanted to go in, whether it's broadcast or just journalism. And I started this course because I still wasn't too sure. On this course you get to know a bit of everything.
Well, when I was 18, I did media productions in college, and then for the last 8 years I've been in full-time work. Only recently, in October, I got the courage to come back and do media again, so it's been the best thing for me so far.
Yeah, a bit of a similar story for me. I did media at school as an option, and I did it at college as an A-level, and then I went to another university as soon as I was 18. Didn't manage to last there, and then April last year put in the application to come to Glyndor, and the rest is history.
And what was it about Glyndor that particularly attracted you, Cara?
It's convenient because I only live up the road, and lecturers and really good like records online that they have some good lecturers here, and obviously they do.
Yeah. Well, modesty, obviously. But yeah. So convenience and that. And what about the course? Now you're here and you've just completed your first year, or coming towards the end of your first year. What about the course so far? How does it meet your expectations?
I think it's exceeded all my expectations, because I thought it would be a similar story to what it was like at my other university. I didn't really enjoy it that much, and it wasn't for me. But this has been really fun. We've had loads of outside experience, and we've been working alongside real clients in our projects as well, and they're not made up, so it's not pretended. This is real life, which is what I've enjoyed.
Okay, so good practical experience. What about you two girls? What sorts of things have you done this year that maybe have exceeded your expectations of life at Glyndor?
I think again the experience has been amazing. So I thought coming to a small university you wouldn't necessarily get the experiences, but a lot of them, like we've had experiences come from experiences. So we were in the TV studio for a couple of hours in a lecture. From that we've got to promote a festival. And from that we get to make a documentary which is going to be on TV. So the experiences you get here are just like really, really good.
I think the actual modules we do as well, like media law, media business, something that I've never dreamed that I would be doing, but it's something that I'm really enjoying doing because it's something different and it's relevant to what we need to learn as well. So I'm really enjoying that at the moment. Yeah. and I can't wait to do more next year. Really can't.
That's brilliant to hear. And then you touched as well on the fact that you get to work with different media organisations, and I should mention here that we do have links with various media organisations, including one of the latest that we're in discussions with is Made in North Wales, which is a Freeview TV channel that has set up a base in Wrexham covering parts of North Wales. And it's wonderful that our students and you guys included are getting the opportunity to produce content for a Freeview TV channel, which is fantastic. So really excellent to see. And John, did you want to add anything there about other partnerships with media organisations?
Well, we have a range of partnerships. For example, on the NCTJ course on the Cert HE. And next year, when we launch, starting this September, we launch a dedicated BA Honours in Journalism. We work very closely with North Wales Newspapers, a local publishing group. Our students, for example, as part of that partnership, every Saturday at either Wrexham or Chester football matches, they will supply a live blog of the match to North Wales Newspapers. It gets immediately put onto North Wales Newspapers' website. People across the region are reading our students' work. Similarly, we're also developing, and a bit of a pilot project this year, developing next year partnership with TNS, who, as everybody I'm sure knows, are the Welsh football champions and world record holders for the longest winning streak by a professional team, which is set just this year. And as part of that partnership with TNS, our students are going to get a whole host of opportunities to cover all sorts of media, ranging from social media, video, audio, match reporting, and feature writing, all sorts of things.
Excellent, excellent. Anyone want to pick another of the questions that have been submitted for us?
Yeah, if you could interview anyone, who would it be and why?
Oh, I like that one.
Come back to me on that.
It's a hard one to Cara.
It is a hard one, but I'm into sports, so I'd probably have to say Andy Murray, just because he's had a bit of a dip at the moment, and you know we want to know why. We want to know if he's confident about winning the French Open coming up on next week. So I'd probably say Andy Murray at this moment. So it might change depending on if he goes out the first round or not. Yeah.
Who would you guys interview?
Am I going first?
Go on, John.
Oh, it changes every time I'm asked this question, but I would love to have interviewed somebody like Muhammad Ali, the heavyweight boxing champion, an amazing life, a political, sporting legend, somebody who changed the world and attitudes towards people all over the world. Slightly more heavyweight, maybe Mikhail Gorbachev, the last Soviet president, the man who oversaw the collapse of the Soviet Empire and the coming down of the Berlin Wall, and who, helpfully, is still alive. So I might still get the chance from Mikhail Gorbachev one of these days.
I think I would love to go back in time, if you like, and interview someone like Martin Luther King for the incredible work that he has done and the struggles that he faced. And yeah, the amazing impact that he's had. I'd just love to sit down and have a chance to sort of have a chat with him. Equally, if I'd be granted a time machine, I'd like to go back and interview the likes of the suffragettes. I think that would make for a fabulous feature or profile piece to sort of get some insight into what's driven them and what's made them do such brave acts. And yeah, I think something like that would be pretty special. So
Mine sounds all over the place then. I was going to say a Chilean.
nothing wrong with that.
Sharon.
I've got a particular person that I'd like to interview, but I'd like to interview like musicians or bands, like Emma's just said, and just like get their perspective of things and like where their inspiration comes from, how they think that their music or their acts help people and inspire people. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Any other questions? We pick a...
I'll ask one. of work placements are available?
It's a good one. And I should say here that, as John said earlier, we've got BA Honours in Journalism, straight journalism, coming in at next academic year, 2017. And embedded into that is a series of work placement opportunities. I should also say that we also offer the Certificate of Higher Education in Journalism, which is accredited by this sort of gold industry standard, National Council for the Training of Journalists. And that's available as a part-time course, either over a year or 2 years, and that offers work placements. Probably best to hand over to my colleague John at this point to elaborate.
Yeah, well, on the Certificate of Higher Education course, we work very closely with local publishing groups, North Wales Newspapers, Midland News Association, Trinity Mirror, all of whom offer work placements in their newsrooms. So either 1 or 2 days a week, depending on whether our students are doing a 1 or 2 year course, our students are embedded in their newsrooms. This is an absolutely fabulous opportunity to put themselves in the shop window, show their skills off to would-be employers, and also to learn on the job from people who are obviously skilled and doing the job day in, day out. So really, really, really great opportunity. With the new journalism degree starting in September, there'll be a 300-hour work placement programme in the final year of that, offering exactly the same opportunities. So if you want, put yourself in the shop window for a job in journalism at the end of your degree, this is absolutely the place to come and to do it. It's borne out by our employment figures, which are terrific as a result of those work placements.
Yeah, we have our students going on to a range of jobs within journalism and more broadly within TV. We've had one go on to be a TV presenter. We've had two students actually go to work for BBC Radio. They ended up having some work commissioned and a comedy series on Radio 4, which we're incredibly proud of. We've got other students who go into sort of PR and social media, major sort of blue chip organisations and charities. So lots of opportunities within our courses, both on the more wide-ranging broadcasting journalism and media communications degree, and then the slightly more tailored journalism degree. Equally though, I have to say that students on all of these courses get a wide range of multimedia skills, and it's probably pertinent for me to sort of hand over to you guys at this point, to your thoughts on that sort of the issue of the multimedia skills that you're sort of building up, how they've come in handy. Anyone want to?
Yeah, like on the multimedia stuff, like we don't just do. I think people, when you say you do journalism, they think, oh, you're just writing articles, things like that. We don't. We do cover everything. We do online, do written. You cover a lot of stuff, and we have had to use that in the experiences that we've done.
Yeah.
With the Made in Liverpool stuff and Made in North Wales, sorry. We have.
Yeah.
And let me, because these girls are all too shy of blowing their own trumpet, let me just give an idea of some of the things you've done. As part of our tie-in with TNS, for example, Emma and Cara, I know you've travelled with a team to matches.
Yeah.
You've been responsible for producing content for the TNS website on the day. You've appeared on TNS Radio, have you not? You've done TNS Facebook Live presentations. So all these opportunities arise, and in terms of multimedia, you know, you're learning on the job practical use of all sorts of different multimedia journalism techniques. And of course next year you'll have the joy of me teaching you multimedia journalism, which you'll learn some of the academic theory behind that practice as
I
well.
think it's like getting to put what we learn into practice as well. Like the way I prefer learning through doing. So if I sit in like a lecture, some of it will go in, but it won't all go in. So getting to put those skills out there, it's definitely helped me learn a lot more.
Yeah, I'm very much the same like that, yeah. But like even when we were available to work the cameras in the TV studio, that was an amazing opportunity. It's something different than sat in a classroom like reading through textbook. you're actually hands-on and you're learning through what you're doing. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful for the CV, isn't it,
Oh,
when it comes to
definitely.
gaining further work placement, and at the, when you graduate, going and getting a job and hitting the ground
Yeah.
running in the media industry.
Yeah.
Look, I've already done this, this and this, which is what we aim to work towards. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
Okay, next question. Let me ask one for our students. So, what are you hoping to do after your degree? Where do you think this degree will take you? Okay.
And mine's already changed. When I came here, I wanted to do more written journalism. I've completely changed already. I want to work in broadcast because you've had the experience with it. I want to work like behind the cameras and editing and that side of it.
Yeah, mine's changed as well. I wanted to be like written, like in the paper or magazine. It's changed to producing now. I love to be behind the camera, bossing everyone around, not knowing what to take, what not to take. So yeah, completely changed like Emma.
I think mine's a bit different because I've wanted to do what I want to do at the end of this for quite a while. I want to go into radio, and because we've got Calon FM right on the doorstep in our media building, so that's a good stepping stone. So hopefully in the future when we finish the course, BBC Radio might say, I'll give you jobs. So if you're out there, please hit me up.
I'll just explain for our viewers from a wider region what Calon FM is a local community radio station based in our media centre across the campus from here, and all our students get the opportunity to contribute, to take part, to have their own shows and do anything they want really with Calon FM. So a really useful learning opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, well worth it.
Well worth it. And the great thing about the way our courses are constructed, and I think all three of your stories tell this or illustrate this, is that you can come in with one idea in mind of what you want to do, but because we give you a flavour of right across the media portfolio, you can see sample other things and say, actually, I want to be a bossy producer, or I want to be behind the camera directing, or I want to be, What we do seem to have done, Angela, is scare everybody off written journalism. I don't know how you've done that.
Blame me.
But again, written journalism here, because of the work placements we offer and the various partnerships we have. For example, we have placements with Wrexham.com, which in terms of offering a multimedia insight into journalism is absolutely fantastic. Dside.com as well, I think we're involved with. Written journalism still alive and kicking in Wrexham, and will be for a long time to come, I'm sure.
And I should say that, going into journalism these days, it's come a long way from those days when you could just specialise in one particular aspect. We have links with the BBC in Manchester as well, and a contact there. We go visit from time to time at Media City, and she will demonstrate to us the fact that she goes out and about for Radio Manchester on a story. She'll be turning her hand to producing online written content, to taking photos, putting together video packages, doing live link-ups to the radio, all sorts of stuff. And this is what we very much teach and impress. It's very much our ethos, the fact that you need to be multitasking these days to work in the media industry, and it's something we really, which is why we sort of get involved in so many projects, and you guys as well.
Well, it does all come into play, doesn't it? Even if you're making a video, you then got to write a write-up about it, so everything you do does come into play.
Yeah, definitely.
All good skills, yeah. Okay, does anybody want to pick another questions?
Yeah, more and more people seem to be getting their news online now, especially younger people. What do you think the future holds for print journalism?
That's a good one.
That is a good question.
I just answered that question in my portfolio for you, John.
You did, so there you are.
Yeah.
Answer it for our viewers.
Well, I'm quite old-fashioned. I prefer to have a newspaper because I don't know about anyone else. It's nice to have a physical copy of something. Like people now, it's like downloading music or streaming it, and it's like DVDs, no one buying them anymore, but I like to have the actual copy because it's nice to just hold a paper, sit down and read it, but with a nice like cup of tea or something, or a coffee. Yeah, and just I like print. I will continue to buy print.
I'm literally the complete opposite. I go for ease. So I just, if some news pops on social media, I find out that way.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
Completely the same. It's more easier online. It's instant. You get it straight away, and you can also share it to like friends and family straight away as well.
Yeah.
But I get what Cara says as well. It's nice to have something in your hand to read, and also like I think it's more nicer as well because like you can digest things easier with like proof in your hands instead of like missing information online, which I don't know about you guys, but I usually skim when I'm reading online, only picking up certain pieces. But when you can have it in front of you, you can read over and over again and get all the information down. So yeah, a bit of both for me, I think. Yeah.
And then you've got obviously magazines and your Sunday supplements with newspapers at the weekend.
Yeah.
You've got the different aspects to your journalism. If you're a writer for The Guardian, for example, and you do something and it goes online, it's a bit of a different experience again for someone to read it in the magazine.
Yeah.
With the sort of the layout that the sub-editor has taken time to sort of think about how big are we going to use this particular photo, what are we going to lead in with, are we going to have what we call sidebars and pull quotes to sort of bring it to life so they can play with it in different ways. But I must admit I like both. Sometimes I'll just want to sort of have a look through online. Other times I quite like to get myself a magazine or a newspaper and at leisure sort of have a good read through. And I think perhaps there is an element when you sort of look at a newspaper that you might read stuff that you wouldn't necessarily click on or go to if you were online. I think that's quite interesting. What do you think, John?
Well, I'm just somebody who was a newspaper journalist for 25 plus years. I very much think there's a future for print. I think the answers you've given illustrate something fundamental about human beings is that we're interested in the world we live in. We're nosy, we're curious, we want to know what's going on. We will carry on consuming news in all its forms for as long as human beings are alive. The challenge for the print industry, faced with this online digital revolution, is how can it come up with a business model that can successfully generate revenue whilst people are still reading news for free online? And the answer has to be in making unique, relevant content that reaches an audience and serves the purposes of its advertisers, the people who essentially fund newspaper publication. And to do that, they've got to find a niche. I think the niche will be in local weekly newspapers. I'm sure there will be a long-term future for real community grassroots news. The only place you'll find out why the ambulance was going up your street at 4 o'clock this morning, will be in your local newspaper. The only place you'll find out that a developer is planning to put a 30-storey block of flats behind your house will be in your local newspaper. It won't be anywhere else. And if newspapers can find a way, a business model that successfully allows them to produce that sort of content, then they will survive, I'm sure. That was today's lecture. I convinced myself. I'm going to start a newspaper tomorrow.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Right, question for the students. What career options are you looking at after studying journalism? What sort of things? Did we already do that one?
We moved
I think
slightly
we
covered
did,
it.
we?
Yeah, we covered that
Well,
one.
let's tell you what instead. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with a student newspaper.
Yeah, let's talk
Eggwell.
about Eggwell. Eggwell.com.
So we're all editors on it.
Yeah.
We were asked back in October,
November, I think.
end of October, beginning of November, if we wanted to be a part of it, and said yes straight away, and it's been so good. We've built up outside connections with Theatre Clwyd and Mould, so we get to go to all their press nights, get to do the reviews. We've got to go and review a trampoline park, which we never thought we'd find ourselves doing on a journalism course. Yeah, like the opportunities we've had, and it's something nice to do outside of your course as well. It's a little extra, but you can sort of involve the course within it as well.
Yeah.
If you've done work for an assignment which has been submitted and you like it, you can put it online and get it published as well.
I don't know about you guys, but I love writing. Even like reviews, or my favourite is writing reviews, like films, books, anything. Even if it's bad, I just love writing about it, and to get my opinion across to other people who might like it, might not, and for them to change their mind or anything. I just love writing, and being a part of Egwill lets me do that and share my work to everyone, which is what I love.
Yeah, it's been fun. Like the deal for me was, when I came here, I was not going to get involved with things that would pile on top of my workload that already pre-existed. So I didn't expect to be involved with Egwill, but I'm glad that I said yes. And there's only 5 of us, but the amount of content that we managed to do between us is, you know, as much as what any other online magazine or newspaper would do.
Yeah.
So,
And whilst there might be only 5 of you at the moment, the opportunity for any student coming in is to get stuck in and get involved, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we've had
Absolutely.
outside work from students, like if any student had a piece of work they were proud of or something like that, they can get published, which, you know, it's really nice to have something out there for people to read. It gives you like a buzz, doesn't it? Yeah, no, that's good.
I think we should say as well that it's not just written content. If you want to
No.
if you're a student at Glyndŵr and want to get involved, you can produce video content, you can photos, even potentially artwork or some sort of drama or comedy. We're open to all sorts of suggestions, podcast content, audio content, so lots of opportunities, and we really do want to sort of broaden it out and build on
Yeah.
the great work that you guys have done to reach out to other parts of the university and you know, represent all the amazing stuff that goes on.
It can literally be about anything. Like I've got to interview bands, we've been out to gigs, we've got press tickets for it, and it can literally be about anything you want it to be about.
We got to interview an author of a book as well.
Yeah.
That was really good. That's my first
Yeah.
interview ever. Went okay actually. And we really want to get some video content as well.
Yeah,
don't
we're
we?
working on trying to get videos up now.
Yeah, we're just coming up with ideas at the moment and how we're going to do it, who we're going to do it with. But exciting times.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah, lots of good stuff going on. Brilliant. Okay. Putting you on the spot now, our lovely students here today, but is there any sort of, if you had to pick one highlight of your time here at Wrexham Glyndŵr so far, is there anything that sort of jumps to the front of your mind?
This is apart from my lectures.
Of course.
Naturally.
Every Wednesday morning between 9 and 1. Yesterday for me was really good. We filmed yesterday with BBC, and that's again something we never thought we'd find ourselves doing. It was really, really good. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice end to the year.
Definitely, yeah.
Really good.
I think the work experience that we get, that like the lecturers like Angela and John, they contact us and ask if we want to do any like work experience, and it's so amazing the stuff that we've been able to do. I've never dreamt, like I myself could do anyway. Don't know about these two, but it's just been amazing, and I'm always asking for more if there's anything. I'm always looking for more work experience. I think that's the best thing really. It like helps you not only now, but also develop your skills for when you graduate and want to get a proper job to say.
oh, I can't pick a favourite because there's been too many, and that just shows how many opportunities you can get being here. But yeah, like meeting all you lot and having nice friends has made it enjoyable. But yeah, the opportunities, like you two have said, like we've got like a CV now, just as packed as what somebody, you know, in like leaving in 3rd year, we're getting that experience now and not leaving it further on down the line, like maybe halfway through year 2 or year 3. So I'm quite proud of what we've done as a group.
Yeah.
We are too. I think we're proud of all of our students, and like you say, it's very inspiring. Taking those opportunities, grabbing those opportunities.
Yeah.
You never know what it could lead to.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, you're really enhancing your chances of getting into your chosen careers in the future.
And well, the opportunity there, you got to grab it.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you'd have told me 7 months ago that I would be here in the university doing all these opportunities, I probably would have laughed at you and said, like, come on, wake up. But I just can't stress enough how amazing this place is for, like, experience and the work we do here. It's just such a great place.
Hi, welcome back to our Facebook Live Q&A, talking all things journalism with myself and my colleague. I'm Angela Ferguson and John Simcock from the journalism and media team here at Wrexham Glyndŵr. And also we've got Cara, Emma and Jade, our first year students from Egwell magazine. So we're going to do another brief Q&A session before leaving you with food for thought on if you're interested in a career in journalism or studying journalism. Right, okay, so we've got a few more questions to go through. Our first question of this last section is, and this is to you guys, our students, what do you wish you knew about the course before you started?
Probably just going to go back to opportunities again.
Opportunities for me.
You know, when you're looking at like the course guidelines, what you get to do, like, you know you're going to get to do a lot, but the opportunities again,
Yeah.
like, maybe wish you knew how and what you'd get.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
When I was on the open day and I was thinking of doing this course, I remember being told that we had the opportunity to work alongside the BBC, I think that was that. But the opportunities, sorry if I can speak, that we've had is so much better than that, like, as well as the work that we've already done and the work that we can get as well, which is just amazing, really. I think it all comes down to experience, for me anyway.
Yeah,
for you guys.
I just wish I knew the course existed because I didn't know that this was here. I just thought it was either journalism or, TV. I didn't know the whole combined course existed, so I wish I would have known that before. So maybe as soon as I turned 18, fresh out of college, I would have maybe come here first. Yeah, opportunities as well. I didn't expect to have done half the things we have already, and we've got more to come. We've got more coming up over the summer as well.
Okay, thank you guys. Moving on to our penultimate question, and this is a very topical one indeed. How much of an impact is fake news having on the industry, and how can people spot fake news? You guys got any thoughts on that?
Well, there is a lot of fake news out there, and for me personally, I think that it's becoming a little bit more difficult than it has been to identify it because there's so much out there that we can't really pinpoint which is real, which isn't. So I'm a little bit confused on that area, and I'd like to explore more in that.
I think it's easy to think as well, if something's been shared so many times, it's so easy to think, oh, it's real.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It is really hard to detect it.
Yeah, that's a very important point to make, that we always try to reiterate that, even if something's been shared 1,000, 10,000 times, you should always sort of ask yourself, hang on a minute, where's this come from? If it's on Facebook, go to the actual page it's come from, click down the timeline, look at the about section, is this a parody account? Is it an account that perhaps has some sort of bias? What other posts are they putting out there? And if there's something shared that claims something, you can go to certain websites. I mean, if you go to reputable news sites that you know are reputable, the BBC, The Guardian, local newspapers, Daily Post, North Wales newspapers, have a look at them and see, are they carrying the same story? What are the facts that they are presenting? You've got to sort of look objectively. And then there are also really good websites like Snopes.com, S-N-O-P-E-S, where they're sort of like Mythbusters. You can go in and you'll find that people share on social media claims and posts that have been doing the rounds for years, maybe slightly tailored. And sadly, this week, with all the sad events that have happened in Manchester, even then, we've seen incidents of fake photos of fake victims being circulated, incredibly awful, awful. And things like going in and looking at photos and using, I think, Google reverse photo search, and you'll find then that some of the photos, some of the images go back years and have been used before, and you've just got to be so mindful that in this day of social media, everyone's got the power and ability to share information. It's having that, you know, thinking, hang on a minute, is this genuine? Is anyone else talking about it? Credible news organisations talking about it?
Social media is making that really hard to do as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the whole issue of fake news is both a challenge and an opportunity for journalists. It's a challenge for all the reasons you've said, you know, this digital explosion, democratisation of publishing, everybody can publish now, means that the news cycle has sped up so much, so frantic that that's putting under pressure the old journalistic virtues of checking everything, of verification of facts, you know, of accuracy, of balance, all the things that you turn to journalists to give you. But I think as the amount of fake news proliferates, you know, we'll return back to those old values. And journalists working for reputable organisations with reputable qualifications, they will become, you know, much more important to us, because we'll realise actually the fact that something's been checked, the fact that this is a trusted source, the fact that I can take this as being authoritative is really important in a world where so much is fake or is parody or is, you know, just opinion masquerading as fact. So a real opportunity for us if the news industry can grasp it.
Great. Okay, final question. What would you say to someone, I think this is aimed at you guys really, what would you say to someone who's thinking of studying journalism here? Have you got any advice, tips for them?
Do it.
Yeah.
I mean, for everything we said so far, obviously experience, I think just do it. Especially if you don't necessarily know the route you want to go down, or even if you do, get to cover everything. And I don't know any other course that does that.
No.
Of any other uni.
I don't think any of us really know what we want to do after this course. And I think this course helps us find what we want to do and what we want to be when we graduate. And through all the experience that we have and the work and the different modules that we have will help us, and whoever wants to come on the course will find who they want to be.
Yeah, I think speak to people as well. Come down to the open days. More than likely one of us is going to be there to, you know, as a student perspective, you can speak to us, speak to Angela, speak to John, speak to the rest of the lecturers on our course, and get a flavour of what we do. We've got an open day next month, on the 10th.
June.
Yeah, so that's an opportunity for people to come down, ask some questions, and then make their minds up about if they want to come and join us, because across all 3 years on our course, we've mixed in with everybody, and we've worked with second years and with third years.
A little bit of advice I'd give, and I think, you know, there's never been a better time to apply to Wrexham Glyndŵr for journalism. Next September we launch a new pure journalism degree. We've still got the BJMC mixed journalism degree, and we'll be carrying on with the Certificate of Higher Education. Advice I would give to anybody thinking about taking up any of those courses is get stuck into journalism now. Start writing your own blog, start producing your own content, start writing off to your local newsroom or to your local news provider and saying any chance of doing anything, any bit of work experience, any bit of practice, and really sort of consume news as much as you can. Read the papers, watch the television, listen to the radio, analyse why is the news the news? What is it about the news? What's it trying to do? What's the purpose? Think about it in every way you can, and then put your application in, come here and have the time of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Right, that's all we've got time for today. So thank you very much for watching, for all of the questions. We've really enjoyed answering them. If you'd like to find out more about our range of courses, then you can go to our website, which is glyndŵr.ac.uk, or you can get in touch with our admissions and inquiries team at inquiries@glyndŵr.ac.uk, or call 01978 293 439, and they will be able to help, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.